enables new transit construction projects. Here's Congressman Adriano Espia.
We're expecting it to be a 3 to 4 year project. We're very optimistic that it could be faster than the first phase because we have the template for the first phase.
The expansion would see the Q train extend from 96th to 116th and cut west and connect with the 4, 5, and 6 lines all the way to Lexington and 125th Street. Wins News Time, 7:31. Traffic and transit on the ones. We do it every 10 minutes, don't we, Sue Aller?
We sure do. And in Manhattan, we got a big problem. Southbound side of the Henry Hudson Parkway at 163rd Street, a collision. You got the center lane and also the left lane's blocked. It is just stop and go. Stick with Riverside Drive. Then in the Bronx, southbound on the Major Deegan Expressway, on the ramp to the McCombs Dam Bridge, a stall. It's a broken down truck and it takes out the right lane. Let's take it over to Queens, still loaded up eastbound on the LIE just before Springfield Boulevard. It's a multi-vehicle accident involving a tractor trailer and a taxi cab. So you got the middle lane closed. Go with the service road. Then in New Jersey, a couple things going on the Garden State Parkway northbound in the locals, a stall at exit 124. But then you got a flipped over car taking out the right lane further north at exit 171. Also another overturned vehicle, this time on the southbound side of Route 208 approaching Route 4 in Fairlawn. And this one takes out at least one lane. You want to avoid this altogether. Stick with Route 17. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Inbound George is about 35. You've got 30 at the inbound Lincoln and 40 to 50 minutes now inbound at the Holland Tunnel, plus on Long Island, westbound Southern State Parkway at exit 30 and that's North Broadway. An accident and the center lane is blocked. Traffic is sponsored by Ramsley Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones. Breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Sue Aller, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Jeep Adventure Days are back at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Your fall exploration begins when you get behind the wheel of a new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe 4x4 or a new 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xe 4x4. Only at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Well, let's get a check of the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Meteorologist Dean DeVore, you are a genius today, my friend.
You know, some days it pays. I took a couple of days off. I really wanted to find some really good weather to bring us. Made one change in the weekend. Instead of having the rain this weekend on Saturday, where it looks like we will have some showers on Sunday. So that does mean it's going to get up to 8 in a row weekends, it looks like right now, to seeing some precipitation. But the build up to that is going to be spectacular. Temperatures up to about 70, maybe even a little higher than that, 72 in the city. Some of the inland suburbs getting the lower to middle 70s. There are some clouds that will push in from the west today into this evening. We'll drop down the mid upper 50s tonight. Then tomorrow, we're back up to about 77, similar on Friday. Records those days, well, the one tomorrow is close. I think we'll get up to close to that record of 78 tomorrow. Low 80s is the record on Friday. We may not get quite there, but Saturday will be near 80, and the record is 83. Then it will get cooler on Sunday. Some showers may move through. Temperatures will range from the 60s in the northern suburbs, low to mid 70s as you head farther south of the city, with the city in between. Mainly clear and 54 at the start today, going up within a few degrees of 70 this afternoon. Enjoy. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Riverside Memorial Chapel is pleased to offer a free 24-hour candle for those who are observing the Yorkside. It's available at our chapel at 76th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. Just stop by and pick it up 24/7.
Wins News Time, 7:34. Sad news from the world of Hollywood. Actor Richard Roundtree has passed away.
Sorry, I can't make it.
Got problems, baby?
Yeah, I got a couple of them. I was born black, and I was born poor.
Roundtree's management company says he died from pancreatic cancer. He helped open the door for black filmmakers and actors in the 1970s. Roundtree's most famous role was Private Eye John Shaft in the Shaft movies franchise. He was 81 years old.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot.
Well, Lin-Manuel Miranda heading the way today, leading the way, I should say, on the groundbreaking of the People's Theater Project. It's going to be the first of its kind immigrant research and performing arts center coming to Inwood. The center is going to cultivate work by local artists and organizations. The city's investing $15 million in the project. They say the theater is going to deliver entertainment, that's more equitable and representative of immigrants and people of color. Hey, if you were hoping to see the B-52s at tonight's White House state dinner for the Australian Prime Minister, two things. First off, you know you weren't invited, right? And secondly, the First Lady scrapped the band's performance. Joe Biden says it would be inappropriate at such a sorrowful time, so instead they're going with the Marine Band, Army, and Air Force Strolling Strings. And after the Australian Prime Minister is done in D.C., he's going to head out for a visit to China.
Security's top of the agenda. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has already struck a cybersecurity deal with Microsoft after arriving in the U.S. earlier this week. This week, he's also meeting President Biden.
Making sure that the AUKUS arrangements are put in place to turn this vision into a practical reality.
And after dinner at the White House this week, the Prime Minister's off to Beijing, had a face-to-face meeting with his Chinese counterpart this weekend with the aim of building a better relationship.
That's correspondent Scott Mayman.
With the popular studies and the king and the queen and the bomb. Riding around with the car top down on the radio.
Oh, you can never get too much of the Piano Man. Huge Billy Joel exhibit is opening next month at the Long Island Museum and Entertainment Hall of Fame's Stony Brook location. Kicks off on November 24th. It's called Billy Joel, My Life, A Piano Man's Journey. Billy donated many personal items for the exhibit. He has instruments, awards, rare recordings. You get it all. By the way, Joel's second to last show at MSG, the penultimate show, if you will.
Just wanted to give you a quick look at the speeds here on Lakeview Avenue. Not too bad. A lot of 33s, a couple of maybe 140. But primarily it's close to that 25 to 30 miles per hour.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks.
It always feels like people are driving faster than they're supposed to here on the street. Maybe one day I'll park there like for a little bit longer just to give viewers an idea of the speeds that people drive on Lakeview Avenue. Maybe it won't be that bad, who knows? I really thought there was going to be more drivers driving over the limit, like really bad over the limit.
And get up to an additional $760 a year for essential monthly home utilities and more. Make the smart move. Call VNS Health Medicare. 1-866-414-6715. That's 1-866-414.
Finally gonna have a Saturday without rain.
The level of LIS or Medicaid eligibility and the plan you enroll in. Grocery and utility benefits are part of a special supplemental program for the chronically ill, and not all members qualify. Other types of goods and services not eligible. VNS Health Medicare is a Medicare Advantage organization with Medicare and Medicaid contracts offering HMO DSNP and HMO plans. Enrollment in VNS Health Medicare depends on...
Dang, just driving right in front of me.
Green Day's got a new album on the way. The group dropping the video for this song, The American Dream Is Killing Me. The song, part of their newly announced Saviors album, which comes out in January. The band teasing on social media they've got something big for the fans on November 2nd. As we say in the business, stay tuned.
Secure your seats for the 2024 season with a Mets membership, which gets you the best seats for the biggest games and amazing moments at Citi Field. Visit Mets.com/memberships for more information. Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up auto.
We're here on Crooks Avenue, driving east. And in about 1 minute, you'll get the next headline grouping. I'll get the words out.
What's yours?
Autosave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Okay, the 1010 Wins $10,000 giveaway for small business is back. Go to 1010wins.com/challenge to find out how you can win.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. It's 51 degrees at 7:40 on this Wednesday, October 25th. I'm Scott Stanford. Here's what's happening. A jewelry shopper in the Diamond District finally rescued from the vault. He was locked in all night long. The U.S. talking with Israel, Egypt, and Qatar as the collective effort is on to get hostages released from Gaza. A hate summit in Crown Heights last night has law enforcement looking to build better relationships with the community. Donald Trump's former White House chief of staff cops a plea deal in the election fraud trial in return for details. The cake boss caught red-handed with his hand in the snacks jar. From another production company show about police. Sports, it's the D-backs and Rangers in the World Series. Arizona knocks off Philly 4-2. Knicks and Nets open their seasons tonight. Rangers, Devils win. Islanders lose. AccuWeather, you can't complain about this. You get a mix of sun and clouds, high near 70 degrees, and it only gets better tomorrow. Wins News Time, 7:41. Let's get you back out to the roads here on this Wednesday. What do you say, Sue Aller?
I say we got problems at the Goethals Bridge. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels heading into Staten Island. It's a stall and it takes out the right lane. You want to avoid this. Stick with the outer bridge, which is looking pretty good right now. We're also looking at 35 minutes at the inbound George Washington Bridge and Lincoln Tunnel, but about 50 minutes at the inbound Holland Tunnel. Let's take it over to the Bronx, southbound side of the Sawmill River Parkway, approaching the Marshall Loop Parkway. There's a fender bender that's taking out a lane, and also southbound Major Deegan on the ramp to the McCombs Dam Bridge, a stalled truck. The right lane is closed. Then in Manhattan, loaded up on the southbound side of the Henry Hudson Parkway at 163rd Street with a collision in the center lane. Also, the left lane is blocked. Go with the Riverside Drive. Now to Queens, eastbound side of the LIE. That is jammed just before Springfield Boulevard with a multi-vehicle accident. Now you want to go with the Grand Central this morning. Also westbound, the Grand Central is much better than the LIE. Still going to have some pockets of volume on the westbound side of the Grand Central as you make your way towards LaGuardia Airport, but still a better ride. And here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Westbound Southern State Parkway at exit 30. That is North Broadway. An accident. It's just been moved to the shoulder. And then lots of volume heading into Queens on both the westbound side of the LIE and the westbound Northern State. I'm Sue Aller. Next report at 7:51. 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
All right, so you're shopping at a jewelry store, usually a nice, happy occasion. But for one guy in the Diamond District, his night turned into his morning.
The 911 call, 8:45 last night. A man in his 20s made the call, stuck inside this 20-foot by 40-foot safe deposit vault at the World Diamond Tower. The vault shut for some reason. Whoever did it didn't realize that guy was inside. 911 call sent the FDNY scrambling here. Assistant Chief John Soraka.
It's DGA Securities. They are a vault company that has a safety deposit box that caters to the Diamond District. Once it's closed, it's on a timing mechanism. That vault does not reopen until a certain amount of time passes.
Now that finally did open about 6:15 this morning. The officials have been speaking with this young man by phone and watched him on video throughout the night and knew he was in good condition. In fact, he was in such good condition when he ended up coming out of the building, he ran from pursuing media. Nothing to say about his ordeal. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM at 47th and 5th.
Boy, good thing he had phone service, huh? Wins News Time, 7:44, as Israeli ground forces wait for the word to go into Gaza. There's a collective effort to get more of the hostages out of there.
ABC News has learned of intense negotiations to free a large number of hostages involving the U.S.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. You guys already know this video, and many like it. The purpose is to record history for future generations. That's all it is. All right, guys, see you on the next video.